Good morning. Hey, I just finished up with my weekly 90-minute massage, and it's one of the best 90 minutes of my week. This is where I go and I reflect on my life. I reflect on the past 7 days as well as the next 7 days. And so for the last 90 minutes, I was reflecting on my life, and I realized that the life that you have is not because of who you are, it's because of who you choose to be. And what I mean by that is, see, if you were born into poverty or if you're born into a wealthy family, a lot of people think that that's who they are. Whether you're a male or female, short or tall, black or white, that's who you are. But the life you live is who you choose to be. And you can choose to be anything you want to be. Now, I'm not talking about the crazy that you're born a male and now you're a female. That's absolutely nonsense. If you think that, you're mentally ill. That's just the way it is. I'm talking about just because you were born into a family of dysfunction and maybe drug addicts and alcoholics, similar to my family of criminals, a family that was poor, a family that's never really accomplished anything in their entire existence, that doesn't mean that you have to be that person. You can choose to be somebody else. You can choose to change your family tree. You can choose to be somebody important, somebody special. We're all special. We're all unique human beings. It's just some of us produce more. And I mean, by producing more, they help more people. And that's really all that is. See, how much money you make every year really is dependent on how many people you help. And it goes back to the whole minimum wage argument of raising the minimum wage to a living wage. Look, minimum wage is not supposed to be a living wage. It's minimum because you're providing the minimum amount of production for someone. You have minimal skills. And so the job that you're doing, a monkey could do it. Soon, a robot will be doing it. Most minimum wage jobs will be replaced, in my opinion, in the next decade, if not sooner, by robots. I have someone that cleans my house every week for me, and I love it. She's an amazing woman. But the moment I can get an optimist to come in for $20,000, $30,000 and finance it over 10 years, I'm going to replace Yesenia, the house cleaner, with a robot. The guy that mows my lawn, the moment I can get a robot to do that, I'm going to replace the guy that mows the lawn. And it's not because I don't care about the people. It's because they provide minimal service that I can replace with a robot that doesn't need sick pay, retirement accounts. They don't need to reschedule. They work on my schedule versus me working on their schedule. And if I don't like the way they did the job, I don't have to have a confrontation with them. I don't have to explain it to them. I just program the robot to do a better job. So remember that the life you live has nothing to do with who you are. It has to do with who you choose to be. And who you choose to be is up to you. Remember, how much money you make in your life is not as important as how much money you keep. And what I mean by that is, that's really how I live my life, and that's how I help my clients, is I help them keep more. And by helping keep more money, it allows you to become a different person. Because if you do the same amount of work but are making double the amount of money because you're no longer paying income taxes, you're no longer having to pay attorneys to fight frivolous lawsuits, you're no longer stuck in that 9-to-5 job because you chose to be somebody different. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for today. I hope you have an amazing day. If I can ever help you, please reach out. Have a great day.